I've got no choice but to put the GPS on the wing somewhere, so I think round about there, maybe. I've just checked the lateral balance, and you can never get it right because of the glue. You know, you might spread a bit more on one side than the other, but check the balance, just put something in the middle, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's heavier on that side than it is that side, so I'm going to put the GPS roughly round about there, which I'm going to embed into the wing. I think about there, because the flight controller's going about there. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut a hole and then sink that in, and then I can cover it over, hopefully. I don't think that's thicker than the wing, so I'll do that. This is the GPS that you get with the MyFlyDream. I've been trying to figure out the wiring. There's nothing in stone to say the connector, which you get loads of different connectors for it, the connector goes this way or that way. Obviously, if you get it wrong, it's going to end up in smoke and people will die. Anyway, I've taken the connector or the header sort of piece off here, and you can just about see, if I can actually find it myself, that one there is ground, that one there is plus VE, that one there is transmit, and that one there is receive. Now that marries up to, say, this, which I'll plug in there like that. So the the yellow one, colourblind, the yellow one is receive and the white one is transmit. So it has to go that way. You know what I mean? So there you go. If anyone's wondering how the hell you wire these things up, there's the pin out for it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this one, I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to make my own cable, because I just like cables to be exactly the right length rather than having trailing leads absolutely everywhere. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten those pins out. Rather than having that lip on it there, I'm going to flatten it so as the cable just comes out the side. Or I may actually hardwire it yet, I don't know, because I'm never going to take it off again. I've embedded it into the wing. Don't know why I'm pointing. It's obvious. That's now flush. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wire it all up and test it, and then I'll cover it over, and you will see it, but you know, I should have thought about it and done it after and then covered the wing, but never mind. So that's that done. So I'm virtually in a state of, I can put the canopy on and glue it all down. So here goes nothing. I've got the electronics all laid out. This is how it's all going. The wiring's got to be tidied up, and none of this is actually attached. So ESC, MyFlyDream, Easy UHF Nano, current sensor, battery lead, battery, Firefly Q6, which is going on the front there, and that's the FPV output. And on the back is the motor mount that I designed, and this bit here is going on the bottom of the wing, and it'll be glued into place. It's just to stop it from torque, whatever you call it, I don't know. Anyway, that'll work. I'm confident of that. There's those two which you can't really see. No, the carbon spar things are on the bottom on the wing itself. So there's that. I may actually put a couple of carbon spars in the side, I don't know. So that's that done. I've just spent 2 hours, because the last time I used this MyFlyDream was in the Radjet. So as you can see, it hit the ground at, I don't know, 90 something miles an hour, and I thought it don't work because I couldn't get a video out. It's a long time ago since I used this, and it's just been sat in a box ever since. I've updated the firmware, still couldn't get video out, and I found out that you need to have video input for it to get video out, because it doesn't get the sync or whatever. Anyway, it just doesn't work, so I had to connect that up. But yeah, it works now. So that's all done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wire. No, I'm not. I think I'm actually going to attach this to the wing and glue it down and press it, and then leave it overnight, because I'm going to be using 30-minute epoxy, and then I can set all the electronics out and tidy all the wiring up. So, oh, and another thing while I think about it, and I know I said quite a while back that I'd show people how to flash BLHeli on these Turnigy Plus 70 amp, 60 amp, whatever they are. I ain't got around to it yet, to be honest. I'm far too busy enjoying things. Plus which, I'm probably one of the worst people to explain things ever. So that's all done. That's done. That's done. So I'm going to attach this now. Hopefully it'll look okay. Amongst all the mess of wiring I've got here, this is the My Fly Dream. Is a UHF receiver, ESC, which is just used for 5 volts to power everything. And here I've got an Arduino. It's a Pro Mini. Now the reason why I've got that is because the RSSI from this is PWM or PPM. No, it's PPM. This is outputting PPM, which I've got going into the Arduino, which converts it to analog. So what it's doing is converting, obviously, the signal from that to 0 to 5 volts. So when I turn the radio off, it goes down to 0, and I turn the radio back on and it goes down to full as that starts binding. Now the problem I've got is, even if I disconnect this piece of antenna here, which is, you know, nothing, and I put this into range check, which is on low power, mega low power, I can't get it low enough. So I don't know if they've increased the sensitivity of these things, but I can't get this without turning that off to go into failsafe. It's ridiculous. I've actually had this. I went outside, even on range check, and I can't believe it's still got a signal. So I can't test my DIY PPM to analog converter. So all I can do is just set it so as when I turn that off, that goes into failsafe and that picks up the signal from that. That's all I can do, because this is too sensitive. Does that make sense? Finally, after a lot of messing around and a lot of replumbing this, that and the other, ESC, the My Fly Dream is going to be slightly off centre, which won't affect it at all. That's just to get the main wires through it. Power wires, Tony. So that's that. The motor's not glued on yet, but it's attached. Now what I've got to do is I've got to put this on top of the wing, glue it down, press it, and then leave it overnight to set. and then when all that's on I can put the 2 tail fins on, and hopefully that's it. Oh, I'm glad that's done. As you can see, the canopy's on. The wings, they haven't been attached, but this is how I'm having them. These are the tail fins off the Mini Talon, so I'm going to have them like that, but I'm not going to use the rudders. I'm just going to cover them in the same stuff. And then you can see everything's shoehorned. That's actually the AV cable in there, just shoehorn that in there. It's coming out, don't worry, because I've got to put the VTX on the front. You know what I mean? So that's that done. I've still got to attach the elevators. I've checked them, they work fine. And the front, there's the front. Camera goes on there, job's a good one. Underneath I'm not going to show you because everything will fall out. But there you go. It's I'd say about 90% done now. I've just got the elevators to do because they come off. It's not very good, is it? Hang on, if I white balance that, you can see the colour of this stuff. You know, you can more see the colour of that purple. It's quite dark. There you go. So I'll just do that and then I'll try and show you the finished product. Find something to point with, Tony, before you bloody... There we go. Right. So we've got... Oh, it. So it's near enough. It's just taken me... I don't know how long it actually took. It was probably a couple of hours. I plugged this... Oh, doodle bollocks. And I've been telling people that how to... Oh, Oscar... Hell...